Maybe between the breaks maybe on the first break.
It looks at the camera and says, "Thank you."
Thank you.
We are
cool.
live.
Oh, there's dog poop everywhere now too.
Now?
Just
Not
now.
Previously?
Just seconds ago. It just happened.
It just seriously, it just did.
Morning.
I watched my in-laws' dog do that. He walked right by me on the carpet, on the throw rug, not on the hardwood that I was standing. He made sure he was on the rug, and as he walks by, just plop, 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 plop.
Yep. That just honestly, you guys, that just happened.
He's like a 12-year-old Yorkie.
Oh yeah, they're floor poopers anyway.
He's
I
past
did that.
due.
I accidentally did that with Jack at Lowe's because I took Jack to Lowe's, but I forgot that he has to poop every time he gets out of the car. It is a rule. And so I'm just walking around Lowe's and he's trailing behind me and I'm like, damn, Jack, why are you walking so slow? And he's left like a trail of little poopies. And I'm like, oh, well, okay.
That
I cleaned it up.
It's called poop and walking.
I cleaned it up, but I didn't show my face in that Lowe's for a long time.
Because they have a printout from the security camera of your face that says this lady owns a poop and walker. Don't let her in.
He's a poop and walker.
It's Puppenwacken. That's named after the German scientist who discovered it, Herr Puppenwacken.
Herr Puppenwacker?
Yeah, poop and walking.
Yeah, he was actually the creator of the rare German Scheisenstroller.
Yeah.
He was also a distant cousin of Christopher Walken.
What did you say?
Oh, Rebecca, I'm so happy that you're watching.
I watched it all in a day.
Oh, you did? You finished it? I still have.
I
I still
caught
have
up.
2 episodes left. So
I'm
Tony, did
so
you catch
glad.
up?
I'm so glad you guys took my recommendation of
Yeah.
Severance
I know,
from 2
Tony,
weeks
did you-
ago.
did you
oh
catch-
yeah,
did you
I'm
catch
caught
up?
up. I watched it last night. Like I
Oh,
said
that's
I was
right.
going
You texted me. You texted me.
Oh,
Big news,
boy.
Carrie.
I mean, we should probably do a Patreon segment about this
yeah.
show because it is the best.
It's
Here's
nuts.
the thing. It's good. I don't know why.
yeah, I don't know either.
But it is.
Really
Well, that's the
enjoying
first
it.
season of Lost. The same thing. You didn't know why it was good, but it was.
But yeah, it's
But
extremely
Lost
Yellow
doesn't
Jackets
have a
too.
bad season, so I don't know what you're talking
I mean,
about.
I'll agree with you, Lee. I really liked all of Lost.
But it is extremely Yellow Jackets too. Like, what is
Yeah.
that? I'm gonna need some answers soon.
I'm waiting for that to come to a platform that I own. I want to watch Yellow Jackets.
You own platforms?
I mean, subscribe to.
Do you want my Plex login?
Wow,
Do you want
Maybe.
my Plex login?
that's
my
it's
God.
like, it's like you're practically dating if you do that.
Do you want to leave a toothbrush at their house?
Can I have your Plex login? And here's my toothbrush.
Just put it in your
Get
bathroom.
ready for next time.
Exactly.
I'm here now. I'm here.
Here's my wife's toothbrush too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
and the
is a
fish bowl.
foursome. We're a polycule now.
It's like you're a bunch of swinging folks living in Draper.
Oh, do they do the White Rock in Draper, or is that just a Denver
The pineapple on the porch?
Yeah,
It's a white rock in Denver. If you have a white, like a big
Well-
white boulder on your landscape in the Denver metropolitan area, then that's you're a swinger house.
It's all
What if
yeah. It's
people-
White Rocks and pineapples.
What if people
Not
move
that I
in
know.
and they don't know and they paint
That's-
a rock white just to fit in?
I just like pineapples. I don't understand.
I don't
They age
understand.
best on the porch.
That explains why SpongeBob's so exhausted.
Apparently,
Yeah,
though,
all those
Draper
holes.
Draper was the swinging mecca, but apparently it's now
Draper.
Utah County.
Utah County? Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's all those Mormon kids.
You can just talk with
Wow.
anybody down there.
Yeah,
All
all
it's
those
just a
Mormon
bunch.
kids.
Instead of orgies, instead of
Actually-
like swinger parties and orgies, they're all just soaking in a room together.
Yeah,
I heard the neighborhood I moved out of. I've heard things.
I hear things.
I've heard tale. The neighborhood I live in now, I haven't heard tale.
All right. Shannon decided to wait for me to say, "Let's get started."
Impeccable
To clean
timing.
up the poop.
Impeccable timing.
I don't understand.
I just
you
go
know
with
how
the
some
chaos,
people
Gary.
have like mundane superpowers?
Just give in to the chaos.
Ride
Allow
the
it to wash
waves.
over you.
I
Ride
just,
the waves.
you know,
We can
Ooh,
get
I can't
started.
wait to talk about it later. But Lee, oh man, Lee, you are not
They
even.
made a
prepared.
movie for me finally, didn't they?
Yeah.
I
You're not
speaking of
even
which, after
close to prepared.
we're done recording, there's some stuff I got to tell you guys. So
Oh, excellent. We're finally getting fired.
It only took 10 years. I can't believe I lasted this long.
Finally, Old Man Geek Show has sent down our severance packages. No one really knows that we're actually the Geek Show podcast, not because we're a geek show, but because there's a guy named Vladimir Geekshow.
I'm a
He's,
geek's hoe.
He's a Portuguese gentleman, a venture capitalist. He's
I'm a Geeks
person we
how.
report to. Geeks
So-
how?
I'm a
Our
Geeks
severance
how.
packages are like 2 weeks for every year that we've worked here. What's 2 weeks times 0 times 10?
It's
Yeah.
a pound of Twizzlers for every 5 years.
Yep. Let's see. No, Jay is just is having a plumbing issue. At least that's what he said. So he'll be here
That could
late.
mean a number of things.
Yeah.
Like Shannon's having a plumbing issue right now.
now.
Well, he's,
yeah.
he's having a dog plumbing issue.
Yeah.
Loose dog pipes.
And know that everything's fine. I just have some business I need to discuss with these guys. That's all. Everything's fine.
Oh, I'm trying to think of something like serious but also funny.
I'm just
I'm like, are you losing your other ball?
I just
Alright.
that's really personal.
As a matter of fact, yes.
You
And
know-
it's,
you know what?
And it's
That was
being
a low
replaced
blow.
with this.
That was a low blow, Rebecca.
How did you know? It's being
You're gonna
replaced with this.
Stuff it with a figurine of the guy from The Simpsons.
And it's
Like
got a
I said,
bolstering
everyone has
on it.
mundane superpowers.
So every once in a while, you're like, you'll be in an argument with Carrie, and all of a sudden his crotch says, "Well, actually."
I'm sure Sue loves it.
No, it's just, when it's touched, it says, "Excuse me."
I told you I was trying to find something serious but funny, but I think I went too far, guys.
Oh, that's the show. Thanks for joining us, everyone. See you next week.
You wait long enough, you'll hear it yell from his pants, "Worst episode ever."
We can get started. Let's get started.
I was just
Yeah.
Shannon
turn it
knows
up.
what
we,
he did.
We got his levels
Yeah,
got his levels.
mute his mic, and then we'll just get started.
till he
He
gets
knows
back.
what
Okay.
he did.
All right, here we go. And welcome back, everybody. Hi, how is everyone?
Hello.
Oh,
Just
Hi.
over here being mean.
I'm
oh,
getting
you
ready
excel at that.
I'm getting ready to.
Oh no!
I'm getting ready to lead the blue exodus out of this state.
The
I keep telling
Bloopsidus.
Andrew I want to move far away into the woods, away from all the people.
To the woods. That's no internet, though.
Yeah, you
I'm
gotta have
sure-
your priorities. You gotta think these things through.
Yes.
They can put internet in the woods. They got it everywhere now.
Do they?
Yeah,
Not yet.
Elon's got it figured out. I
No,
think.
not yet. He's getting
Yep.
there, but not yet. Actually, his engineers are getting there, but not yet. He's not doing anything besides throwing money and ideas out there. Having
being a
other people
dick.
do the work.
That's when people are like, Elon deserves that money, and I'm like, does he? He's just a brain with a mouth.
He's a dick, basically. He's,
He's
Does
a
not
brain
seem like
with
the best
idea,
of people.
with money and a mouth and stupid ideas.
Oh, I mean,
well, she's got a
Anyway.
mouth and great ideas. She's Rebecca Frost,
Hey,
everybody.
thank you. Sorry for being extremely rude earlier.
It's- Don't worry about it.
I'm just one of the boys at
You are.
You Gross Rebecca.
Ooh, gross, Rebecca.
Becca.
Yeah, it's You Gross Rebecca. I was once almost kicked off a podcast for being too gross.
Wow.
Rebecca.
Hosted by boys.
Rebecca, this is how okay it is.
You know who has one real testicle?
There you go.
He has a drop ready for it.
I have at least 10.
He's got one ball! Un testículo!
Yeah, how about this one?
My ball hurts.
Maybe because you're always touching it.
Hey, when you only got one, you like to make sure it's still there.
Yeah, there you go.
KJ, what have you done to your beautiful little scrotum?
One testicle!
And then there's
Take your one testicle and fly back to your cave.
go, and then there's
Sweet Lady Cancer took one of my nads.
that's my favorite one because it's accurate.
So accurate.
It's funny because
Sweet lady.
Yeah,
Yeah, you've
Oh
got
my
one
God.
ball. I've got one solid ball.
yeah.
Lee, I think we need to turn your mic up a little bit.
All right, let me
right.
do that.
He's turning his mic up a little bit. He's Lee George Cade, everyone.
Hi, my name's Lee George Cade, and I'm excited about this.
Ooh, Grendel.
What?
Oh, look at
Excited about
that.
this.
That's cool.
Who is
There's
that?
Is
an
that
announcement
new, or-
from. This is from like late '90s, but
Yeah.
an announcement from Matt Wagner after seeing the rough cut of the first episode of Grendel, which is debuting later this year on Netflix, and when the creator of the series is losing his mind because, as he put it, they got it all fucking right.
Whoa!
That's great news. Because
That's
you've always loved that character.
I have. I love that character so much that friends of mine said I could never own the mask because bad things
Like
would
the
happen.
original Grendel, all the way from the Beowulf book.
Beowulf phrase, yeah. No, the comic book from Matt Wagner from the '80s is like one of my early comic book loves. So it's awesome news. So I'm super excited about that. Also, if you want to watch some really nicely edited videos about space games, subscribe to Space Tomato on the YouTube, where my friend Keenan says really cool things with his amazing voice about a space game, and I edit pretty pictures to go along with it.
Nice. Quad T, Too Tall Tony is here as well. Hi, Tony.
Hey, how's it going? Edit your mic up a little bit there, Lee. Still,
Let me do that.
Did. Check me out on Twitter at Quad T Tony, where I do stuff, and on the Gadget Spot podcast, where I talk about stuff with my tech nerd friends.
And he's, well,
he's there.
He's there. He's Shannon Barnes and everybody.
Hey, Shannon.
Yeah. Surrounded by dog shit. That's my life.
There you go.
Love this.
Wasn't that a spin-off from Touched by an Angel?
Oh, you guys.
Surrounded by dog shit.
So, right? That's gonna be the name of my autobiography. Surrounded by dog shit. Yeah. So I'm on spring break. It's pretty exciting. Got plenty of time to clean up dog shit. Now,
all the time in the
every day.
world now,
So, Carrie.
Yes.
When I say Shannon's on spring break,
Yes.
what immediately pops into your head?
Lake Havasu, 2016. Woo!
29, right?
Yeah.
That old
One of the
joke.
numbers.
Yeah. I don't know.
You mean that joke that's older than me, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about?
Poop.
Exactly, Rebecca.
Don't get mad at me. Don't make jokes.
Don't make jokes.
The obvious answer.
No, but here's the thing. I didn't make the joke. Lawyer Mike made the joke. And it caused me to have the most confusing afternoon of my life
Shannon,
this
you're
week.
welcome. I just like to cause chaos wherever I can. Little drops of chaos.
Yeah, she's keeping your life interesting.
Like, honestly, I thought I was going fucking crazy earlier this week because Jen shows up at my house, right? Who the fuck are you going to the lake with?
What?
And I'm just like, huh? What the fuck are you even talking about right now? First of all, it's me. I'm not a lake guy.
Jen's a super outdoor
I'm not
guy.
going to the fucking lake.
You're not a boat person.
I'm not. And she's like,
Excuse me, I'm also learning more things every day.
We always assumed you were a boat person, Shannon. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, I
That's
could have
right.
sworn you were a boat guy.
You look
Honestly,
very
I-
buoyant.
Glasses.
I
Love
look-
to sun your behind.
I looked at her and I said, "Are you having a stroke?"
Poop.
Anyway,
So
yeah,
you
it's
had
been
to,
a-
had to explain an inside joke from
No,
how
I had
many
to-
years ago?
oh, like,
Well, because I told Jen, I was
Jen.
like, oh, Shannon said that he was going to some lake or something. And she's like, oh my God, we talked about that once.
It's about 8 years ago. Yeah. That
So
joke.
yeah, I was just like, and I had to suss it out. I'm like,
I'm keeping your brain strong, Shannon.
Before we go much farther,
Yeah.
Yes.
he's a mean old daddy, but he's out of sight. Our host, Mr. Kerry Jackson.
Oh,
Whoa,
thank you.
Lee. How long
Monday
have you
through
been sitting on that one?
Monday through Friday, 6 to 10, x96.com for now. All right. Let's see. Oh, Jay is, he'll be joining us late. He's having
He's
some
on sewer
plumbing issues.
assignment,
Plumbing issues for Jay Whitaker. He's
visiting the
turtle.
turtles.
All right. Big story. Finally
got?
a go. The live-action Voltron movie. It's finally happening.
Finally.
That's
we
the
been-
big story.
My question is it too late?
I'm like, have we-
Yeah, it's about
have we been
20
waiting for
years.
that?
It's about 30 years too late.
I don't think it's too late.
Here's
I think
the
I think
You think
the
that's a
Voltron
timeless
series,
property?
No, I think the Voltron series on Netflix was actually better and more successful than the Voltron series that aired in the 80s.
I forgot about that one. It was pretty good. I watched the first
good.
season of that. I liked it.
It's funny because this project has been kicking around Hollywood with no one wanting it, and now suddenly there's a bidding war. What's that?
Bidding war for the Voltron?
Yeah, there's a bidding war for the Voltron movie.
Whose music was that?
I don't know. It is, of course, we all know Voltron. It's the robot lions that join into one big robot, driven each by a young person with a different characteristic.
And a
Not that one.
colored suit.
That was not a young person. How did that
young
happen?
person.
There we go. There we go.
Warner Brothers, Universal, and Amazon are among the 6 or 7 studios and streamers in the mix for the package, according to sources. Netflix, which was behind Red Notice and streamed the animated series Voltron Legendary Defender, is not in the runnings. The reason being is, well, the reason they brought up Red Notice is I jumped ahead. Rawson Marshall Thurber, who is the filmmaker behind Red Notice, is attached to co-write and direct the live-action Voltron
Which
movie.
one was Red Notice?
You know, the Ryan Reynolds one, when The Rock was there, too.
Oh, Gal Gadot.
So
okay, yeah.
The Rock and Ryan Reynolds played themselves, but they were spies, and then Gal
They were
Gadot
just having
showed
a
up
fun.
to-
They were just having a fun time together and making money
romp.
while doing it. Yeah.
I remember now.
I thought the Voltron Legendary Defender series was great. I mean, they actually had, like, the leader of Voltron was gay, which was pretty daring for even a contemporary cartoon.
Yeah. So it's yeah,
cool.
that's we should know probably by the time this episode is over who actually is getting the Voltron live action project.
It's me.
Does the Voltron giant mech have fingers, or is it just lion mouths?
It's lions.
Well,
Lion
how
mouth.
does he
Imagine just having
articulate?
lion mouths for hands.
What if he needs to grasp something that requires
teeth-
more than
the
2
teeth
points of
move.
Well, he only
articulation?
does a couple of things. Like Voltron has a sword that he can form, and he has
Okay.
a blazing sword that he can form. And I don't know.
Seems
I mean,
redundant.
I spent some time. Well,
Hold on
one's
fire,
better
Tony.
for things that are needing
Why not
burninating.
just use the good one all the way.
You use because some things don't need
You don't want to waste
burninating.
the fire. You don't want to waste the fire on just like a mediocre
Right.
kill.
But you know, I don't know if you've ever been to the Serengeti. That place is lousy with lions running around with swords in their mouths.
I went last week, actually, and you're right. They are.
I just think Tony's concerned that Voltron legendary novelist is not going to happen because he can't type.
Yeah. How's he going to type? How's he sign his fan? You know,
He wants nothing more than
mail
to learn how to
responses.
play the piano.
Yeah.
Think about that.
long as that
Voltron
piano
legendary
only has-
pianist.
He could probably play it like this.
Pom, pom, pom.
Just like the cat. Okay.
Just like the
I'll go
cat.
with
Really,
that.
Voltron's 5 cats. He can play it 5 times
Exactly.
better than a single cat.
You know what?
Just
You
like
answered
the
my
cat.
question sufficiently, Lee. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. Has anybody sat down and watched this deleted scene from The Batman?
Oh my God.
did.
Yeah.
So
did.
there's Barry Cogan, a goofy-looking British guy.
He was in the Green Knight. He beat up the Green Knight. He said,
He
I'm
was-
going to do your thing.
He was
Sir
in The
Knight."
Green Knight, he was in Eternals, and now he's the Joker, apparently. Go and watch this scene. Most people are complaining about it. I was actually kind of intrigued by it.
You know what they should have done with that scene is I think it should have been part of the pre-movie marketing. It would have thrown people off.
No, then
B,
people
it-
would have been so pissed, Tony.
But well, yeah, I guess maybe, but
That's
because
true.
it doesn't, nothing happens in it that would spoil anything from the movie. There,
No,
there's
and
almost
People would have been like, "This is the Joker all over again."
and this is well. Here's the thing. It was written in, and they put it together, and it was in the movie until the last minute. And what it is it's Batman going to Arkham Asylum and sitting down with Joker and saying, "Why is this guy Riddler writing me letters? Why is
Why is he riddling me?
Why is he riddling
Yeah.
me? What do you know who this guy is?" It's very Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah,
You know, it's going to see Hannibal Lecter and asking him about Buffalo Bill. And I thought that Barry's take was actually kind of interesting.
I liked it.
He's they have some kind of relationship clearly that we don't know about. His face is really fucked up. It looks like
Really?
It looks
It
like
keeps-
Batman just beat the hell out of him.
It keeps popping up on my Twitter and scaring the bejesus out of me every time.
Yeah, I mean it's just fascinating. So Matt Reeves, he's the one who released it. He says that because the movie is not an origin tale for Batman, but it's his early days, it's really an origin tale for the Rogues Gallery's characters. And for me, I think it's this idea that the Joker is not yet the Joker, but they already have this relationship. The scene was not in the movie. The scene that this is really the companion to, which is a cool scene that I'll release at some point. It's a scene where Batman is so unnerved because the Riddler is writing to him, and he's like, well, why is this guy writing to me? And he figures he's got to profile this killer, so he goes to see another killer, which would be this Joker character.
I found this scene, this 2-3 minute scene, far
6
more
minutes.
compelling than the entirety of his role in the Eternals as Druid.
I will agree.
But
I liked him in Eternals.
I mean, he was fine, but he was fine in Eternals. But I thought he was definitely more compelling in this 6-minute scene as the pre-Joker.
I will honestly say, if you're a fan of Druid, there's about 50 Druid action figures at every Target on discount right now.
Costco never wants you to forget about Eternals.
Even though they wish they could.
They have the Lego sets for the rest of time, for eternity.
If Allied, we don't have it, you don't need it, was still in existence in Murray right now, that place would be lousy with Eternals merchandise.
My old Skaggs drugstore down in Provo would probably be full of them. Anyway, all right. Go watch this scene. I thought it was very interesting, an interesting take on the Joker. And
I thought it was weird that he was doing a Paul Giamatti impersonation, though.
I know, right?
That's your Paul Giamatti?
That's my
Dead on.
best Paul
He nailed
Giamatti. Yeah.
He got it.
All right. So everyone was asking what's next for Marvel, and I said, no, I'm not asking what's next for Marvel because we still have a line of stuff that we still haven't gotten in production yet.
I will be satisfied for a while.
Hello, Blade. I mean, come on. Let's start making some of this stuff. Fantastic Four, something. Yeah. But they have announced that they are developing a project for Nova. I never read Nova.
I didn't either.
I read a fair amount of Nova during the Annihilation saga, the first one, because he played a fairly key role in that. He's a cool character.
Is he?
He's kind of like their Green Lantern.
Yeah,
It reports that the guy who worked on Moon Knight, I guess they liked his work, Sabir Pirzada, is developing a project for Nova. They're not saying whether it's a TV show or a movie. They're just saying they're working on something for Nova. The character's real name, Richard Ryder, the normal kid who was randomly selected to be a member of the Nova Corps as the rest of the team were dying. Quickly embracing his newfound powers, he jumps into action, becomes Nova. He first appeared, the character's been around since the late 60s. Also debuted in 76's The Man Called Nova #1 by Marv Wolfman, who created the character, and John Buscema. The Nova Corps appears, of course, in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
They got blowed up, though.
They did.
Do you guys...
And in the game, the Guardians of the Galaxy game.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys ever think there's too many characters?
No.
The thing that I like about there being thousands of characters is sometimes you get an author who will just be like, you know what? I'm going to pull this rando character that nobody's heard of, and maybe their abilities are weird, but I'm going to make him cool. And it makes for some really interesting stuff. Peacemaker's a great example of that.
Good example. Groot.
Groot. Yep.
Eternals.
Wah, wah, wah.
Now, before we go to break, I need you guys to indulge me because this story is just for me. Okay. So.
He's getting a good chuckle already.
Yeah.
Star Trek: The Motion Picture, fully restored director's cut to be released on Paramount Plus and in physical form as well.
There's two amazing things in this picture.
Two?
Yeah. Yeah.
Carrie's like, what are you talking about? You mean 200?
So look at Jimmy Doohan's mustache.
Oh.
Look at that.
Oh.
And just in general, look at Persis Gambitor.
Persis Gambata?
She's amazing. Gambata. You better. Jabata.
What?
In 1979, of course, the movie was released. Then it was given a special effects makeover and upgrade to a 4K HDR with Dolby Atmos sound. In 2001, Robert Wise revisited the film to refine the edit, enhance the visual effects. The result was released on DVD in standard definition, but this is the first time the edit has been made available in high def.
I can't wait to see those pajamas in 4K.
Those are Skims. Those are just Skims. That Kim Kardashian fashion line. That's what they are.
But it's April 5th on Paramount Plus, and then it will be in stores in September, just in time for somebody's birthday.
Woo. Is it yours?
What are you trying to say?
So what I love about all of this is Star Trek: The Motion Picture is the first episode and a half of Star Trek Phase 2. Mm-hmm. They had written the scripts for it because they were going to do another live-action Star Trek series with the original cast, but they couldn't get Leonard Nimoy back, so they recast. There's Decker over there next to Aaliyah. Wasn't it Aaliyah? Was that her name?
Ilea, yes.
Ilea. So that's Riker and Troy, because when they went back and did Star Trek: The Next Generation, they ended up with a writer's strike in the first season, so they ended up recycling the first season of Star Trek Phase 2 scripts because they already had them. So all of these plot lines with these characters... all those characters were basically cut and paste because this Decker guy was supposed to basically be Shatner's fill-in because he didn't want to commit to a full series. So they're going to have this young Kirk-like character with his hot, bald girlfriend that's empathic. And so almost all of the first season of Next Gen is recycled scripts from 1976.
One of my favorite, well, there's just so many wonderful things in this movie. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but one of my favorite lines in
Carrie cares about in that whole
movie.
What is it? I cannot see it.
It's very small.
It's the flight around the ship. I'm sorry. I will watch that every time. It's just a thing of beauty. But anyway, when Ilea steps on the bridge for the first time, one of the things that she says to Kirk right away is, "My oath of celibacy is on record, Captain."
Oh, she knows.
They were worried about having her on the ship because she was going to be too sexy and distracting.
They were, because her race is the Deltans, and they excrete pheromones and make everyone horny.
Why would you hire that person?
I don't know.
Well, obviously, for the same reason why she doesn't get to wear the same uniform as everybody else.
They're a protected class. You can't discriminate against me just because I excrete pheromones.
That did seem like an HR nightmare, didn't it?
She literally came from planet Right Said Fred.
Yep, that's Gene Roddenberry. He was a horn dog. Anyway, after these messages, we'll be right back.
Shannon, I'm sorry I caused you stress. Sorry I caused troubles.
It's been a week. I'm going to go clean up some more dog shit because I just don't want to sit here smelling dog shit. So.
Oh,
okay.
Hey, guess what happens when a dog eats a whole bottle of dog aspirin?
Shit.
Bad things.
Shit everywhere. I almost burnt the house down.
Is Egg in the chat yet?
Yeah, he's there.
Oh, I told him. I
gave him a heads up.
No, I told him if he didn't live here, I would have burnt the house down. All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh.
Is this a G.I. Joe commercial?
Yep. That's what my G.I. Joes look like.
Nice. You do know there's no sound, right, Lee?
I should put some sound in it. I'm
just saying, I'm fine with there not being sound, but I know that there's always confusion there.
Yeah, I'm always confused.
G.I. Joe with his 1 mile dead stare.
He's always got a scar to show you he's a fighting man. Fighting man of action.
Guy.
He's a tough guy.
Man of action.
Just racially
stare.
Yes, racially ambiguous and just enough for the kids of the 70s. G.I. Joe, Action Man.
I still want, what was it, Big Jim in the action pack?
Oh yeah, I preferred Big Jim to G.I. Joe.
Well, because they had those animal tracks on the bottom of their boots, so you knew that.
Well,
That's
that'll
right.
throw off the trackers.
Mm-hmm.
Genius.
Or it's Jim again. He's he's out walking around in the woods.
I think Captain Action was the coolest, though.
Captain
honestly.
Action was pretty cool because you could change his costumes into whatever you wanted.
Yeah, it was like a good precursor to Mego.
Yeah.
What toy line is this? They have characters from Marvel
Yeah.
and DC in the same.
Captain Action.
This is Captain Action.
This is Captain Action.
You could take your Captain
cool
Action,
name.
your basic Captain Action figure was that.
This was
And
the
then-
exact reaction
Yeah.
to Barbie because of the
Yeah.
costumes.
Oh.
So then you'd buy the costumes for Spaceman, Captain Action, or Spider-Man even, or as you can see, Batman.
I think this would sell today.
I'm sure
they
it would.
they redo it every once in a while. So
Yeah, they're
cool.
available every now and then. Now
These are mine.
these are the classic Migos. These were great.
Every birthday and every Christmas, my mom would take me to buy a new Robin because I always killed my Robin figures. So
I know how
Alright,
you
well,
voted on the Jason Todd storyline.
I worked at a 7-Eleven graveyards. I voted on constantly to murder.
Exactly.
To murder.
Oh, I need
All
to
right,
get that.
should we
I need
stop
to get
watching
that.
commercials?
I need to get that Iron Man Migo.
Yeah, some good
I want
stuff.
one. There's
oh, hey,
Big
it's
Jim.
Big Jim. We'll
All
watch
right.
Big Jim.
Big Jim was great. He had all kinds of just bizarre stuff. Why
I
did
remember
he
thinking
have
that
this?
van was cool. I was wrong.
Yeah, it looks like the A-Team van.
Oh no, the tree fell on Jim. Get the crane. That'll
The walkie-talkie that's scaled for kids' hands.
Yeah, how does Big Jim use that walkie-talkie? He's not big enough.
Now Big Jim had a feature that there's the Evel Knievel bike. Love that. Big Jim had a feature. It was a metal band that you'd put around his bicep, right? And when you flexed his arm, his bicep bulged. They had some sort of mechanism in there, and his bicep was bulge, and it would theoretically pop the steel band off of
So
his
strong.
because
Now
he's
we're
that
talking.
he's that tough. The Evel Knievel toy was fun.
That one does look fun. Like it looks like it. You could set up some really neat stuff to
Yeah,
smash.
I,
smash
they
it,
still
smash
make
jump
those.
It over.
I spent a lot of time trying to get my Evel Knievel to jump through a hoop of paper, and it turns out that you couldn't.
Nope.
It would just bounce off the hoop of paper, and you'd just be so pissed because your hoop of paper repelled Evel Knievel.
You put a hole in the hoop, right? It wasn't
Well,
a single
I was-
sheet that you just drew a circle on.
I was 7, Tony. I didn't know this. I wasn't using
mean-
adult logic. I was using 7-year-old logic.
And he was
most
using,
of the time,
yeah, he was using typewriter paper as well, and that's not going to work.
most of the
thick.
time that I was playing in the yard with my Evel Knievel figure, I was hiding from the children that would throw dirt clods at me whenever I came outside. So,
Little bastards.
there's this one kid named Patrick lived in my neighborhood. He could always tell which ones had rocks in them.
The other great thing about Big Jim is that he had a button on his back, and he could do karate chops when you hit the button on his back.
Nice.
And he was a good karate chopper. He really was.
And he had these pre-broken pieces of wood that you could,
And a stack of bricks that you could break.
Now, and then there were a whole bunch of other big and they all had J in their name, so it was like Big Jeff. I think he was Australian.
Yeah.
And he had a machete and a piece of bamboo that you could chop, and that's where the alligator toy I told you about came from, because he had that swamp boat that he rode. All right.
It was a good swamp boat.
Great.
Yeah, we'll play some more 70s vintage toy commercials during the next break. So, because I think we got G.I. Joe with Kung Fu Grip coming up next.
Oh, fun! All
Yeah.
right. Okay, we ready?
We're ready.
And we're back. Okay. What if I told you NFTs? What if I said NFTs? What do I get? What do I get from the room?
Bye. Goodbye.
You get
Bye-bye.
a big old glass of neutrality from me. Let's hear what you got.
Okay. What if I were to say Bill Murray NFTs?
Eh,
Again, goodbye. No, thank you.
still
No?
neutral.
Yeah.
Still no?
She's not even going to wait to finish eating to say goodbye.
Okay. How about Bill Murray Stories NFTs?
How does that work?
No, because you don't know which ones are true or not.
Is he going to tell you the story about the time he was an asshole to some complete stranger?
Yeah.
Ate
I
his
think-
French fries.
I think those will be left out. What happens is he's gotten in business. Well, he's in business with that website, the Chive, and they are entering the NFT space with Bill Murray story NFTs.
No, I hope there's 5,000 of them.
Each token of the official Bill Murray NFT, there'll be 1,000 of them, it says, will have a unique graphic of Bill Murray and an accompanying text of brief anecdote about the actor that he was that he has either personally revealed or has verified from previously published material.
I feel like they missed an opportunity with it just being text. They should have him record,
Yeah.
an audio file for an audio file.
Do you know what I learned?
And
The
both.
one use for NFTs that I am actually okay with. Ladies, if a man sends you a dick pic, turn it into an NFT, title it with the guy's name who sent it to you, and then he's got to buy it off of you.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
A sample Bill Murray poster or story posted on Tuesday was about Murray's phone. It appears to be an 8-year-old BlackBerry Classic. He's nicknamed the relic Bill Urry because the M doesn't work. If you're receiving a text from Bill in the past 5 years, the M's are omitted. Considering Bill prefers texting to talking, that's a lot of missing M's. So that's one of them.
Why doesn't he like the letter
This
M?
feels totally fungible.
This is so fungible.
Yeah, so anyway, he's getting into the NFTs. If you're
My feelings on NFTs have basically come to the point where if they can, and they can be, if they would just make them not so energy intensive to maintain, which they can do with the blockchain, I'd say go for it. NFTs aren't bad, but they take so much electricity to maintain with the way they are right now that it's not viable from like a
It's pretty bad.
ecosystem
I
perspective.
know a lot of artists that would be really happy if people would actually start buying art that didn't have a gimmick attached to it.
yeah.
Seriously.
Jason suggests
I have so many times tried to produce art that I can barely get any interest in, but if I then people turn around and say, "Oh, if you did NFTs, you'd make mint." It's like, I just want to sell art. I would like to give people art, but no, that doesn't have a gimmick. No one wants it. So
well, here's a gimmick: NFT nude frolicking Tony. What do you think?
You guys can't afford that.
How much is it?
A lot. At least $6.
At least.
Minimum.
plus you have to invest in Megan coin because that's the only way you can redeem your.
That's the only
NFT.
currency that I will accept.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, let's get to some casting here. Let's first off start with, you guys know I've swore off of these CW superhero shows, right?
And you're wrong. You're wrong about
Carrie,
2 of them.
you need to watch Stargirl and Superman and Lois.
I know, but here's one I may be joining. The Gotham Knights is what it is, and they've cast Misha Collins from Supernatural
He's an angel.
to play. Someone's
Castiel,
got a
who was
crush.
Who was
an angel.
completely based off of John Constantine.
No.
Oh, his
But
outfit,
also
everything.
absolutely in love with Dean.
He is signed on to play Harvey Dent in
casting.
Gotham Knights.
I think
Okay.
that's good casting. Yeah.
So it says here, Gotham Knights set in Gotham City reeling from the murder of Bruce Wayne. His rebellious adopted son forms an alliance with the children of Batman's enemies when they're all framed for killing the Caped Crusader. With Gotham as dangerous as it ever has been, the group of fugitives could be the city's next saviors. So yeah, we'll see. But anyway, people like the Misha Collins from the Supernatural. So.
Dreamboat.
Like the Misha Collins.
Look at him. Look at those eyes.
Look at those
He's-
baby blues.
He's very popular.
Yeah.
And then we know Tim Burton's been working on this Netflix series. It's not it is an Addams Family Netflix series, but it's not Addams Family centric necessarily. It's about Wednesday going to this private school. Now, that's Christina Ricci there. She's joining the show, but not as Wednesday.
Yeah.
She the new Patricia Adams?
No.
Is that her name? Did I get it right?
Morticia?
Morticia?
Morticia.
No,
Yes.
that's
Patricia Adams.
Patricia Adams. That's her sister.
no. You're gonna like this casting. Catherine Zeta-Jones is Morticia.
Oh,
and here's
that's good.
And here's the best casting of them all: Luis Guzman as Gomez.
That's actually perfect. Because he looks like the old New Yorker
the
cartoon.
old one.
Yeah. The only thing we know about her role is it's a series regular that is taking over for Thora Birch, who was cast and had to leave due to a personal matter. She is not playing the same character, but a new one who is similar to the one played by Birch and will be replacing her on the show. She's been filming the show in Romania for weeks already, apparently. So, all right. So there's your Christina Ricci, who is absolutely wonderful in Yellow Jackets, by the way.
Yeah, season 2 when?
She's also really good in Speed Racer.
Oh, I forgot she's in Speed Racer.
That's the best part.
She's Trixie. I need to go back and
she flies a helicopter and she's like,
and watch this.
Speed. Well, actually, best thing in Speed Racer is John Goodman's more like Nanja's line. That was good.
All right.
As the resident Speed Racer movie fan, let me just tell you, that movie was really, really done dirty by Iron Man.
That's the problem.
That's it. Yeah,
exactly the problem.
That's
if Iron
what was
Man hadn't
wrong.
come out, that movie would have had a sequel for sure.
Yeah,
Totally.
sure.
Then they would have had the car acrobat team because those guys could
Huge.
stack their cars on top of each other. And
Huge.
Yeah. They could have done the Loch Ness bit with the Loch Ness car. But no, instead, what do we get? Marvel Cinematic Universe. Thanks, Marvel.
Yeah, bummer.
I love your logic train there. I love that.
Real big bummer.
Okay. Now this I will watch. Sci-Fi Channel has ordered 10 episodes of Reginald the Vampire,
Nice.
an adaptation of Johnny B. Truant's Fat Vampire books. I did not know.
You ever seen a fat vampire?
I mean, you're talking PHAT, right? Fat
No.
Vampire.
No, FAT.
Okay.
Right there.
Well, there we go.
And that's Jacob Batalon, who is Ned Leeds in the Spider-Man movies. He will star as Reginald, a newly turned vampire who crashes into a world populated by beautiful, fit, and vain vampires. New on the scene, he has to overcome various barriers, such as a bully of a boss, falling for a human girl he can't have, and a vampire chieftain who wants him dead.
A boss.
Nice. I'm
Can
excited.
you imagine turning
I
into a
can't-
vampire and still having to go to work?
Yeah,
I can't remember this actor's name, but he sounds
Jacob.
perfect for this role.
His name's Jacob.
Jacob.
Jacob
Yeah.
Batalon is his name.
Yeah, Battle. Like that sounds like a character like Ned from Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
Him having to work through his vampiric afterlife tracks though, because we're working through the apocalypse right now. And we're all expected
Gotta
to
go
clock
to
in
our
on
little
time.
jobby jobs.
Mm-hmm. Now, this last story I have here is I haven't read the boys' comic book all the way through. I just read a few issues, But they're doing the Hero-gasm episode coming. Was that in the comic book?
Right there.
That's right there.
There it is. Okay.
I remember I saw this somewhere and I was like, wait, why would they do this?
Okay. All right. There we go. Yeah, Hero-gasm. All right. Jensen Ackles discussing the upcoming Hero-gasm episode of The Boys at South by Southwest. Here's what he said. I think everybody knows that they somehow managed to tackle Hero-gasm this season. How they did that, I will not say, but holy shit, I'll just give you a little story. I walked on set, not to say that I was in that particular scene or whatever. I was working that day, and I walked up to our camera operator who was eating a sandwich outside of set. And he had his mask down. He was eating a sandwich, and he had this really troubled look on his face. And I said,
What's wrong, chum?
I said, hey, man, what's going on? How's it going in there? And he goes, man, I've seen some shit today. And it was just like, oh, no. Good times.
Oh, no.
So I have seen some shit today.
So is Hero-gasm like the explanation of how superpowered people don't destroy normal people that they have sex with? Is that
Or they do.
Or they do?
They do.
I don't know. I didn't read the comics, so
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he blows her head off.
Well, I mean, that's always been the joke
Pun
about Superman.
intended.
How does
Yeah.
Lois survive,
Yeah.
All right. Herogasm coming to the boys this season. Just something to look for?
Something to roll around in your noggin.
Something to look for? I don't know. All right.
I mean...
After these messages, we'll be right back.
All right, I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick, but I will leave you with some videos.
It's toy commercials. Carrie and Shannon are going to have to explain them to me.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what toys are.
I mean, old toys. Sorry.
That kid's happy to have it.
He really is.
Have you got trouble? Wait, don't run. This kind of trouble is lots of fun. Pop-O-Matic pops the dice, pops the 6, and you move twice. Race your men around the track and try to send the others back. That's Pop-O-Matic Trouble. The game is fun for Dad and Mother, and Sis can trouble her mean old brother. Trouble, that's the name of Koner's Pop-O-Matic game. The most exciting chase game that makes trouble fun for everyone. Get Koner's Pop-O-Matic game. Trouble, that's the name.
That game hasn't changed.
It hasn't, and it's a boring game.
I love this. Beat up Chevrolet. It ain't worth $1, so he wrecks it every day. Now here's Kenner's SSP Smash Up Derby set. And you can hoot and holler, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Crash, bang, crack 'em up, put 'em back again. Crash, bang, smash 'em up, it's smash up time, my friend. Kenner's SSP Smash Up Derby set comes with everything you see right here.
Right here. I love that.
They're slugging it out in the middle of the ring. And there's a hard drive to the job. And Blue Bomber's block is knocked off. His block is knocked off?
Sure, but you can press it right back on again. It's just part of the action with the world's only boxing robots, the Rock'em Sock'em Robots by Marks. Two managers to handle the fighters and lots of skill to win. With these control levers, you can keep your fighters in motion to duck punches. When you press this plunger, he throws a right uppercut. Press the other plunger and there's a left jab. Lots of exciting action and fun for everyone when the world's only boxing robots battle it out.
The Blue Bomber's looking for an opening. And there it is. That's the end of round 2.
Just push the flying head back and you're ready for round 3.
Boy, this is the greatest.
You bet! The world's only boxing robots. Get the Rock'em Sock'em Robots by
That's
Mark.
60s, isn't it?
Now,
Wow.
here's the thing about the Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Either they got smaller or I got bigger. I don't know.
I don't remember them.
I
ever
remember
being
them
that
being pretty big when I was a kid, like 11 inches tall.
They were pretty good size when we were kids, right?
Yeah.
So, is it because we were smaller, or did they make them
I
smaller
honestly think
now?
they made them smaller to conserve on resources and packaging.
Probably.
I've got one that's this big that actually works.
Wow.
Did you get the head replaced on it? Or
Yeah,
whatever?
the girls pulled the heads off. Yeah, my nieces. They were on. It was on the Christmas tree, and they pulled the heads off and broke them.
Now you got to get a new one.
Kids ruin everything. That's just what you're
They
learning right
do.
here.
They're destructomatic children.
All right, and we've lost Shannon completely.
That's so. I was looking at his screen and I'm like, no, he's right there. That was the Batman.
I often
Batman?
confuse Shannon and the Tim Bruce style Batman as well.
It's true.
One and the
It's
same.
true. It happens to us all.
All right.
It happens to us all.
Well, shall we?
I think he's got a very incontinent dog, is what his body language is telling me right now. Oh yeah,
Hand covered in Yep.
Ew.
Le poopy.
That should have been a Patreon segment.
That should have. Yes. You'll pay extra for that.
Why wouldn't you?
Next time you do a series of commercials for us, probably next week or something, might I request the Monster cereals?
Why, yes.
Ooh, that would be
I
fun.
could probably even pull them up now if you want to.
Ooh, okay.
I love
Now?
that stuff. Oh yeah. Let me pull that up
All right.
because
We'll watch
this
one
is-
real quick before Shannon gets back here.
Yeah, we'll give Shannon. I mean, come on, incontinent dogs. That's something that we're all going to live through at some point or another. So, Except for
Incontinent
Tony,
cat.
he won't have to deal with that. So you want this with audio, of course.
Of course.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Here we go. Monster cereal commercials. I think we're starting like 71, right?
Yeah.
An echo.
Don't be scared. I'm the super sweet monster with the super sweet new cereal, Count Chocula.
Careful. Here's the super sweet new cereal, Frankenberry.
But I've got chocolate sweeties for monstrous chocolate flavor.
Well, I've got berry-flavored sweeties for monstrous strawberry flavor.
Count Chocula.
Frankenberry.
Hi.
Frankenberry.
Count Chocula.
You notice they said sweeties,
Right.
not marshmallows.
Oh, what a beautiful day for Frankenberry, the world's super sweet new cereal.
Fooey! Here's the world's super sweet new cereal, Count Chocula.
All of the
Careful, I've got
cereal
berry-flavored
commercials in the
sweeties
70s
for
were based off of
monstrous
some sort
strawberry
of
flavor.
adversarial
Well, I've got chocolate
competition.
sweeties for monstrous
Let's get lucky
chocolate
and
flavor.
then steal it.
Frankenberry, Count Chocula. Meow.
Did they forget to give Frankenberry?
Frankenberry,
Count Chocula.
They're not very good monsters.
Where's that echo coming from?
Up with my delicious super sweet
I can't hear it,
Count
honestly.
Chocula.
If you can't hear it, then it's coming from
Frankenberry is the
him.
delicious super sweet cereal.
I've got chocolate sweeties for monstrous chocolate flavor.
I've got strawberry sweeties for monster strawberry flavor.
Count Chocula.
Frankenberry.
So when it started out, there was only two.
Yep.
Yeah. The Blueberry didn't show up until
Okay.
mid-70s.
Yeah, they
Polly, say Frankenberry, the super sweet cereal.
Who did the animation?
Count Chocula is the super sweet cereal.
But I've got strawberry sweeties for monster strawberry
They changed his
flavor.
voice, didn't they?
Well, I've got chocolate sweeties for monstrous chocolate flavor.
Frankenberry.
Count Chocula.
And see, in the 70s, they didn't care if you knew that it was super sweet. That was the whole point.
Well, they needed us. They needed us completely sugar bombed out of our heads to not recognize that our parents had gone somewhere and aren't coming back.
That's true.
They're always after me, Count Choculas.
All right.
I think that's why we loved that whole bit with Rick and Morty, though, when those kids were like eating Lucky's intestines.
Oh, I loved that scene.
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. And we're back. Okay, we got to raise a glass, and then we'll find out what you guys have been watching. Taylor Hawkins, Foo Fighters.
Man, this one really fucking sucks.
It really does.
Just a baby, too.
Yeah, 50.
I literally, my husband hosts a poker night, and so we had people over, and we were talking, literally that even, last night, we were like, oh, they are coming to town. I should buy tickets for, because I should buy tickets for that. And then literally hours later, oh, no, terrible news.
Yeah. The thing about Taylor Hawkins and Dave Grohl, what I thought was really great about them was anytime you saw them performing or on a TV show or something, their whole attitude was like, we are so goddamn lucky to be doing this for a living. You know?
Wasn't he and me first in the Gimme Gimmes, too?
Might have been.
No? No? Okay.
He was always just so animated and always looked like he was having the time of his life.
Mm-hmm. There was an HBO series that the Foo Fighters were in that was quite good.
God, Carrie, I love
Storytellers, something like that.
No,
Sonic Highways?
Sonic
Dave
Highways.
Grohl's show.
Yeah, that was a great show where they would each episode go to a historical recording studio.
Yeah, it was good.
In a different town, and they would write and do a song for an album.
The one in Nashville ended up being my favorite episode, weirdly enough, because I don't.
So good.
Yeah.
But you can just see the joy on Taylor's face, and boy, how good of a drummer do you have to be to replace Dave Grohl?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah, I was
and
thinking
they to me they kind of felt like puzzle pieces that just clicked perfectly together because they match each other's weird and just energy and
Well,
amazing drum skills.
The Foo Fighters are going through what we've been through twice.
Yeah. Keep
No, for
numbers.
real. Like,
Yeah.
no, like, it's, yeah, I felt terrible when I saw this news. Like, because I felt it to my core. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
if you want to see Taylor in a just exuberant and happy to be here kind of way, there's this documentary on Alanis Morissette. I think it's called Jagged or Jagged Little Pill, something like that. I want to say it's on Hulu. I can't remember. But not only does it remind you that that's kind of where he came from and where he got his bona fides, but it also reminds you of how amazing that album from Alanis Morissette is and how amazing she is.
And Studio 666 is on video on demand, too, so you can rent it.
Oh,
cool.
All right.
He was part of Coheed and Cambria. That's
Coheed and Cambria, that was it.
Yeah,
Okay.
which I enjoyed.
Who wants to start with what they consumed this week?
Oh, man, I have such a long list this week. No, somebody else go. I have to pull mine up.
I'll go. Her list. She has to unroll it.
I gotta get the scroll out.
Yes.
Yep. All right, so this week, I can't remember who recommended it last week, but we started Welcome to Flatch.
Oh, it was Carrie.
Oh, yes.
That's a funny show. I'm really enjoying it. When it first turns on, you're thinking, "Oh, this is American Letterkenny," but it's not. It's the intro seems Letterkenny-ish, but then it turns into more of like Parks and Rec style, and I love it. I think it's hilarious. We caught up on Superman and Lois.
Yeah,
that show so good. Shannon and I just dropped a deep dive on episodes 5 through 7.
Oh no!
And holy shit, it is
Sorry.
the best version of Bizarro.
Yeah, really.
Oh, they've introduced
Ever.
Bizarro.
Really
Yeah,
good
he's
version
good.
of
That Bizarro was awesome.
And he's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's scary as fuck. And
Okay.
just some great Superman shit. And actually, we talked about it. It was Thursday, right?
Yeah, we did it. We recorded it and I put it out on Thursday.
Yeah. Even some
Or
good
maybe Wednesday.
Even some good CW bullshit in it.
Yeah, they wrapped up the CW nonsense in a sugary coating, so it was easier to go down.
Well, no, just like imagine your dad is Superman, right?
All right.
And your dad, Superman, looks at you and goes, "I'm just really disappointed in you, son."
Oh.
Yeah, hearing that from your dad and Superman.
Yeah, and
well, it hurt coming from Dad anyway. But if Dad was Superman, that's
and the kid just breaks down at the end of this episode. I'm just like, yay!
It's really good.
It was really fucking good.
Highly recommend Superman and Lois.
But I still don't understand why Lana and her family are Mexican now. But that's fine.
That's a new season development. It felt like, but I'm listening to an audiobook I highly recommend as well called Corpies. And it's a spin-off from a series called Superpowered, written by Drew Hayes. And it's, I think it might be Audible exclusive, but really, really good series and authors. And Corpies is no exception. It's also quite good if you're into hero-based book fiction books. So I'm really enjoying that one. And then I did watch Halo this week.
How was it?
Started.
Oh, you watched it too? I thought I was going to be the only one.
Nope, I watched the. It's just the first episode, right?
Yeah, just the first episode so far.
Okay.
How was it?
I liked it.
Cool.
I've been a Halo fan since the beginning. I've read 1 or 2 of the books, watched most of the other attempts at live action shorts and stuff like that. And here's the thing. If you're one of those fans that's going to be like, "Oh, they changed this aspect. This isn't for you." And they made that clear when they were still in production, and they said this is what we're calling the Silver Timeline. It's not a retelling of the same story. It's like an alternate universe type of thing. And I thought they handled everything pretty well. I thought the action was good. The special effects looked great.
Yeah, I got to say that it looked terrific. And
So
now
we got a good video game adaptation.
I don't have the burden of this extra Halo knowledge. I'm familiar with the game, but I've never played it, so I don't know.
What do you think about it so far, as a plebe?
It's a good start. It's a really good start.
That's what I say too.
And I'm curious about some of these things that are happening that I don't know about. I'm sure that they'll teach us.
Yeah.
As it goes on, but it looked great. Pablo Schreiber, I was concerned they weren't going to make him take his helmet off because you want to see an actor. But,
First episode, he gets his helmet off near the end.
Yeah.
And so I say same thing. I think it's got a lot of potential. I think people that are against it just need to calm down. And if you want to see the same story again, go play the games again.
Go play
read
the game
books again.
It's a perfectly good game. Go enjoy that.
Yep. But I think they're headed in a good direction.
All right. Who's next? Lee.
I'll be quick. I didn't really watch much. So, German Queer Eye. Watch that.
Okay.
Well, my wife is German, so she speaks language.
But is it the same cast going to Germany or a different cast?
They have their own Fab Five, and they actually have a trans woman in it, and they have a non-binary person in it, and. Germans are incredibly sincere people, so it's not like here in the States where they're like, "Oh, thank you so much, gay guys. You changed my whole life. Now I can actually go out in the street and not feel like a cow." It's not that. It's basically like
I'm gonna miss you, gay pride parade.
Right. It's not a Patton Oswalt skit, but it's very much. Thank you so very much, Fab Five, for changing my entire life. Now please leave. But it's still really sweet and sincere. It's just what it is. So, Lost season 3, John Locke joined the others. That
boy.
And then I realized the promotional art for Lost, he's got his back. Everybody else is facing the front, but John Locke's got his back, and he's looking over his shoulder like a 90s pinup girl. And then, I didn't know Claire was Jack's sister. I had no idea.
Oh,
just blew my mind. So
spoilers.
All that time, he's just like,
spoilers for the
what?
decade-old.
And seriously, that show is still really good. We're doing the whole thing where Desmond keeps trying to not let Charlie get killed, but then we got to the episode where he almost let Charlie get killed because he thought his girlfriend was hanging from a tree. It's a really good show. Anyway, I'm reading this series. This is Gideon the Ninth from Tamsin Muir, and I'm on the second book. This is the first book here. There's a genre of science fiction called grimdark, which was started by the likes of Warhammer 40,000, where it's a distant, far-flung future where humanity knows only war. So these, I think it's called the Locked Tomb series. These books are grimdark, written from the perspective of a snarky teenage lesbian.
I'm all for that.
I love it. This first book, for one, space necromancers, you don't get better than that. There's no laser guns. Everybody fights with swords. I love this book. But Harrow, I'm working on the second book right now, Harrow the Ninth, and I'm actually enjoying that quite a bit too. So it's good stuff.
All right. Let's see, Shannon. Then we'll get to Rebecca's big scroll.
I've only really got one. Well, okay. Not even to give an update on the Masked Singer because I don't know who anybody was that got eliminated.
Oh, but I want to know.
It's Smash Mouth.
You're my go-to guy. I'll Google it.
Yeah, Google it. But I started watching Shining Vale.
So many people have recommended that show.
Starring Courtney Cox and Greg Buck Kinnear. That's his middle name.
His middle name is Buck?
Buck, yeah. It is, it's like a weird ghost story. Mira Sorvino is the ghost.
Oh, I'm there if it's Mira Sorvino. I'll watch. I like her.
It's really fucked up and weird, and I really, really like it. Like, if you want to see Greg Buck Kinnear tell a group of Catholic priests to suck his hot dick, this is the show for you.
Okay.
I highly recommend it. It's really, really well done.
All right.
And Courtney Cox looks almost human.
Well, let's see. Jay has now joined us. Who would like to go next, Jay or Rebecca?
Hey, what's up, y'all? I know it's the end of the episode. Surprise! had a plumbing issue. Are we doing recommends and what we're consuming? What I've been consuming is learning about sump pumps and watching a lot of YouTube videos. Shout out to Basement Watchdog. I don't know what a sump pump. I had a plumber come by. He got battery acid on his hands. I'd recommend you not do that. So I recommend you read the instructions when you around battery acid. I've been watching Winning Time. I really love that.
Oh, Winning Time is so good.
It's so good. If
I love
y'all
it.
like, I know we don't do sports ball much on this show, but you should watch this because it's got John C. Reilly, John Taylor, James Taylor, motherfucker. I forget his name, but it's a great show. It's about the Lakers and the Celtics back in the 80s. It's really good. That's really all I could think of. I've just been learning a lot about plumbing.
Well, I
miss
the
y'all.
The joys of home ownership, right?
I know a good urologist. If you're anyway.
Oh, I get it. You're talking about my penis.
For your penis.
Rebecca, what have you been consuming?
Oh,
she has a
she's
list,
unrolling.
ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so it's paper towel roll to clean up cat puke. So last Saturday after recording, I went to go see X, the A24 movie where they go to make a porno. What is the scariest thing in the world that you can think of? Your answer better be horny old people, because that is. This movie will make you uncomfortable. And then
people pay to see that.
Yeah, loved it. 5 stars. Well, no, I think on Letterboxd I gave it 4 stars. I went back and gave it 4 stars because you see Kid Cudi's dick in a silhouette, and it gets a good chuckle. It gets a phenomenal chuckle. And then further recommendations of Kid Cudi.
He got a chuckle dick?
No, the way it was framed in it was very large.
I'll just have to see it. All right.
Yeah. And then on Tony and Carrie's recommendation, I started Severance and watched it all in one day.
So good.
I don't know why it's good.
No,
yeah, I
but
don't
it
know
is.
why it's good. I'm here. I love a mystery. And then I have been wanting to watch this particular movie for a long time, and I finally got to this week. Synchronic on Netflix. Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead are the directors and writers, I believe, and they are the same guys who are directing the Moon Knight series. So I wanted to get caught up on their filmography before watching Moon Knight. And this movie had me so stressed out. I was pacing around my living room. 5 stars. Anthony Mackie, Oscar award win, because he just is so good in it. But it's about a time travel drug. This drug that has similar effects to like DMT, but it has an unfortunate side effect of time travel. So.
Oh, that sounds not unfortunate. That sounds fortunate.
Well,
Give me some.
Watch the movie, Tony, and then you'll see why it's a bad idea.
Tony.
I will. I'm going to watch it,
Tony.
Time travel's always a bad idea.
It was an extremely good movie, and I highly recommend it. It's on Netflix. And then movie of the week. The one that I immediately texted the group, and I was like, Lee, you are not at all prepared for how incredible this movie is.
When I saw the trailer to this movie a few months back, I said, oh, someone got in my head for a few minutes.
Yeah, like literally, as the movie ended, I was like, wow, finally a movie for my brain. It is that movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once, starring Michelle Yeoh. And this movie was made by the same people who made Swiss Army Man, and I feel like that is very important to know.
Oh God!
That's all you had to say for me.
Yeah, walk it in. You need to know that shit.
It's this movie. It perfectly blends comedy, intergenerational trauma, and existential philosophy.
That sounds great.
The audience clapped. Like, there were so many scenes, like after every fight scene, clap, 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 because it was just amazing. Everything everywhere all at once.
All right.
Can I just hop in for a second? I feel like I've got to mention, actually, I glossed over the results of The Masked Singer. But Lee, it's particular to your current interests. The Cyclops was eliminated this week.
James Marsden. Was it James
Nope.
Marsden?
It was Jorge Garcia from Lost.
Ah,
what's Jorge looking?
Yeah, I wonder where he's been. Yeah.
We like him.
Yeah, and then some football guy.
I wouldn't know a football guy, but I know my Jorge Garcia.
I know
He's
one
the true
football
heart
guy,
soul
and
of
it's
Lost.
Marshawn Lynch, and only because of Murderville.
Murderville. Yep.
Well, I would just like to take a little credit. Well, the podcast would like to take a little credit for making Is It Cake the #1 show on Netflix.
Oh my! Y'all better.
Dude,
should I watch this show?
Oh, good dude.
Is it cake? The answer's always yes.
Here's my thing.
No,
Here's
it's
my
not.
thing.
It's not.
My thing is, I watch it, and I think, I wish I was watching Nailed It, but Nailed It just got canceled. But Is It Cake it's good in its own right, too. It's interesting, no doubt.
Oh, you guys, get high. Get high. Get high and watch that show.
No, it's the Geek Show bump that made it the #1 show on Netflix. It's the Geek Show bump.
We did it, guys. We did it.
Wasn't it in Jarvis where I'm like, edibles plus is this cake plus napping saved my
I remember
life.
you were in Colorado or Nevada, and you messaged us about how you had taken some edibles.
Like I say, you just go around the house pointing at things and yelling, "Is it cake?" All right, let's see. And then if you're not watching Picard, I'm sorry, you should be
doing it wrong. Yeah.
And if you are watching Picard and bitching about it, I'm sorry.
Fuck you. Yeah,
good. It's so good this
I
season.
am so excited to catch up on shows.
This episode, watch Star Trek, the one with the whales, before you you watch this one. But it's
you mean Jimmy's favorite?
His
his
favorite
movie.
Star Trek movie.
No, he
loved
hated
that movie. He loved that movie so much.
Fucking movie.
He loved that movie so much.
No,
we
he
had a screen
fucking
capture.
hated it.
Oh.
He loved that so much. We had a screen capture of that movie put on his headstone.
That's right. That's how much he loved it. He's rolling in his grave, just even us talking about it. Anyway, so there you go. Mr. B.
Hold on, real quick. I forgot to mention, Jay and I have a comedy show this week on the 30th.
Yeah, go to that shit. Yeah.
Mouthoffcomedy.com. That's where you can get your tickets.
April 13th is the next one, so March 30th, April 13th. Go to that shit. Yay.
Oh,
a very big video game came out this week, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, games.
You know what? I'm a lover of games starring Ashley Birch, and I just have an embarrassment of wealths this last couple weeks. She voices Aloy in Horizon Forbidden West. She voices Tiny Tina in the game that just came out last week, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Oh, man. I'm excited.
We still need to play that, Tony.
Absolutely, we do. So that was last week. Coming out this week, my computer is being lame.
Who made that one?
All right. Nope, it's fine. It works perfect. Let's see. Death Stranding Director's Cut coming out on PC if you want to try out Hideo Kojima's Walking Simulator starring Norman Reedus and a bunch of other people you recognize. It's actually a really cool game. And then, let's see, also coming out this week, another game called Nightmare Reaper. So watch out for that. Abermore, I don't know, Crusader Kings 3, if you're into those games. That's one of those game series where if you're into it, you already know about it. If you're not into it, it means nothing. Agent Intercept. This one, Lee, you'll actually want to keep an eye out for another game this month. It's called Weird West. Have you looked at that at all?
Yeah,
I enjoy that genre.
Yeah, so this is basically a Western game, but it's got sci-fi and horror and all basically everything mashed into a Western setting.
It's got werewolves.
Werewolves,
West is the
occult
good stuff.
So,
I actually wrote a Weird West novel.
You did?
Yeah. It's called Weird West with a Y.
Nice.
It actually starts the alternative history of the Confederated States of America because the first president was a vampire. And yes, I liberally stole a lot of things from other things. But it has the Fey Council and all kinds of other
Weird
things.
West with a Y?
Yeah.
W-Y?
W-Y-R-I-R-D.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Weird.
Because I'm fancy like that.
Yeah. That's about it for this week though. So,
all right,
go play
Mr. B.
some games.
Yeah, Mr. B, if you would please.
Oh God, eat more ham or don't. I just don't care right now.
Okay, all right.
Poop.
I hope you get your groove back there, Stella.
Ooh.
All right.
Plumbing. Yo.
I'm
so,
framing in my basement this week. So
Ooh.
So
you got it dug out enough that you can start the other stuff?
Yeah, I'm trying to pour an underlayment and get that down there, and then we'll start framing some walls.
Fun.
So in my completely unpermitted basement edition.
Post Raisin Bran, proud sponsor of whatever the hell's going on here.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, everybody. Thanks for
joining.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
We're gonna go do let's tell them what the Patreon is. We're going to have a debate, and by the end of the debate, we will determine the best Marvel movie ever.
Oh,
Carrie sends a message to the group chat. Hey, BT Dubs, on Saturday, just come prepared with what you think is the best Marvel movie. And Tony and I are like, well, we have a lot of questions.
Yeah, there's got to be some guidelines. And,
like, what's the criteria? And Carrie was like, IDK, figure it out.
And the way I figured it out is I have criteria now with multiple different choices.
Well, see, this is
Tony, me too.
See, I didn't want to put up guardrails around my creatives. I just wanted you to.
Fair enough.
I just wanted you to go with it. So
I cannot wait.
But
to
it will
share
be.
mine.
I
It will
didn't
be
understand
answered.
the assignment, so I started a new business called Creative Guardrails.
Classic.
Do you need plumbing?
It will be finally once and for all decided what the best Marvel movie is.
That's right.
Movie, not show.
Oh, it could be.
Carrie
he
said
did
there
give
was
us
no
those guardrails.
criteria because
No
I asked
rules.
about TV show and Carrie was like, IDK, figure it out.
All right, no,
one rule
we're in this.
is
So the
there's
best
no
Marvel,
rules.
best Marvel project ever.
Again,
Sure, if you
he
want.
has no rules.
I don't want
You
to.
could say Harley Quinn and her beautiful emancipation or whatever.
All right.
Yeah,
If you
That's
guys,
not Marvel.
if you guys want to put up guardrails, then go at it. I'm not stopping you.
the Free Willy trilogy, the best trilogy.
The
of
best
all.
Marvel movie.
Yeah. Cider House Rules is the best Marvel
The
movie
Lake
to get an Oscar.
House.
The Lake
You're
Bell
all
House.
wrong. It's
So-
Shawshank Redemption.
All right.
Best
Best
Marvel
Marvel
movie.
movie.
So we're gonna go. We're gonna go do
gonna
that
do
for you
that.
now, and
This is
we'll
going
have
to be
that
a
for you.
4-hour Patreon special.
We'll have it for you on
Seriously.
Patreon this week. All right.
All right.
So, bye, everybody. Goodbye.
Oh, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Let's get a picture.
Let's get a picture. Yeah.
Yep.